Good morning, ladies. So excited to be here with you as we are finishing up 2020. On the other side of the world, yes, you guys are a lot closer to being done with it than on this side. So hope you guys are all having a fantastic time and still get to tune in and watch this little bit of a training that I'm going to give you today to kickstart your 2021. Okay? Haven't finished my cup of coffee yet, so all right, so we're gonna jump right in, you guys. Okay, so I have been in the service industry for over 8 years. Okay, I've written contracts and implemented new policies and procedures and amended them as well. So I love creating systems and see if they really work, right? Because sometimes when we write something down, doesn't work as much out as when you actually go and apply it, right? So we have to come back and amend it, right? Hi Aurora, thanks for watching. So that's what I have been up to over the last I think it's coming up to actually like 10 years now. Okay, so I have had 3 companies where I did some translating into High German. I also did some office cleaning. I created health and safety programs for other construction companies, also for like massage therapists. I've done translating for them. So I've been coaching for 4 years, and the first 2 years really flopped for me, you know, and a lot of people are afraid to say that. They're afraid to say that they failed, right? Well, I'm not afraid to say that because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. For one, I didn't make a plan, right? If you plan to plan, you plan to fail. Sorry, can't speak this morning. Okay, so that's why creating a business plan, creating your plan for the year is so important. I'm going to take you through the steps, you guys. Hope you have a pen and paper ready, okay? And this is what you're going to need to do. Step number 1 is, what are your goals for your business, okay? For your money and your finances, for your family, for your friends, your spirituality, and your personal development. Okay, if you don't have a business, just swap that out with career. Okay, so what are your 3 big goals for each one of those sections? If you're tuning in, just let me know down below if you have a plan. If you don't, that's fine. Just, you know, write down what comes to you right now. Okay, don't think about how you're going to do it. Don't think anything, like no restrictions whatsoever, you guys. Just focus on what do you really want, right? What are your goals for those areas? So again, it's business or career, your money and finances, your family, your friends, your spirituality, and your personal development. Okay? Write all of those out. I'm just gonna go. Okay? Step number 2, we're going to break down those 3 goals that you wrote down for each one of those areas. Okay? And we're going to break them down into quarter checkpoints. Okay? So every 3 months, where do you want to be? Like the first 3 months of the year, where do you want to be? Right, from those 3 goals. Okay, the next 3 months. You see what I'm getting at? Okay, so break them down into quarter checkpoints. From then on, you will break it down again. Okay, break it down again to monthly checkpoints, and then to weekly plan, and then to daily action items, action steps that you are going to take. Okay, I'll put them in your calendar. You're going to do this, right? You're going to make a commitment for yourself because you're done putting up with shit that doesn't serve you, right? So, you guys, this is really important. If you don't plan, okay, you're going to fail. That's just simple as that, okay? So, annual plan, breaking it down to the quarter checkpoints, breaking it down to monthly checkpoints, then a weekly plan, and then a daily action step. Okay? And you can revisit this every single time. All right? And throughout this whole process of you, when you're actually in it, when you're actually doing it, right? When you have that, have those daily action steps that you've written out, right? You're going to really come up to a lot of barriers, right? And that is if we don't focus on really keeping our mind focused on that and install new belief systems. Okay? So a lot of times, I know it has happened to me before. If it has happened to you before, you know, where we go ahead and we make a New Year's resolution, right? And we stick with it, and then come January 24th, we're out. Okay? We completely fall on our faces, right? And it's because we didn't create a new belief about ourselves. So what I want you to ask yourself today is, what do I have to believe about myself? Okay? What does your own perception have to be of you? What do I have to believe about myself to be able to achieve all of those goals that I set out? Okay? You want to find out what you have to believe, because once you do that, you will be able to create your new beliefs that you're going to then impregnate your mind with. Okay? And how do we do that? How do we, install new belief systems? It's not a sexy thing to do or anything like that. It sounds pretty boring actually. But it's all through repetition, the feeling, and the visualization. Okay? So once you have your beliefs written out, okay, you're going to repeat them to yourself, and start with 5. Okay? 5 are easy to remember, short, quick, and sweet. Okay? And you want to repeat them to yourself every day. Okay? Just 3 times a day. You repeat them to yourself when you're waking up, because you are kind of like in that foggy, groggy state, right? And then you also want to do that when you're falling asleep. Okay? And another time, if you really want to go dig in deep, is to have that feeling, right? So whenever you're saying them to yourself, you put your hand on your heart and close your eyes and actually really see it and believe it, right? That is when it really, really will start to manifest in your life. So the things that you will start to change inside of you is what is then going to be reflected back to you on the outside. Okay? And have you guys ever come across where you knew that you had to do certain tasks to get your business moving, to lose weight, to just do something that you really wanted to do, and you just don't do it? I have. Well, how do we get out of that? Right? Well, step number 1 is our brains. Things that we need to remember is that our brains are wired to protect us. Okay? We are wired to protect ourselves, right? So if something doesn't feel good, if something is outside of our comfort zone, if something, so if that's all, if it meets all of that criteria, it goes, no, we don't want to do that. That doesn't feel good, right? And you may have fear. You may have fear of failure. All these different emotions do come up for all of us, and it's normal. It's normal, and we need to just know, how do we handle that? And the question to ask ourselves is, what is the worst thing that can happen? What is the worst thing that can happen if you go and complete those tasks, right? Because you're stuck. You're stuck because you are either afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, right? And you're staying in the safe zone, right? You're not moving. You're staying in one spot. So what is the worst thing that could happen? And the first answer that comes to your mind, Okay, write it down and then ask yourself again. And if you continue to ask yourself, you're going to get down to the very last answer, and it is death. Most of the time, that is like the end answer. That's what you will get. Death. We'll die, I'll lose my business, my husband will leave me, lose the house, gonna end up on the street and gonna die. Sounds kind of ridiculous to me, So I want you guys to write out what the worst thing that you feel could happen to you, okay, if you go through with that. And then I want you to just put it aside, because then you have put it on a piece of paper, you have put it out there, right? And your mind knows, right? Like, yeah, this is the worst thing that can happen. You're prepared for it, okay? You're prepared for it. Okay? So that's it, you guys. So we want to just kind of go through this again quickly, just a recap, okay? So we want to create our goals for business, money and finances, our family and friends, spirituality, right? Personal development. So you want to put down 3 goals for each, 3 big ones. And don't worry about how you're going to get them, because you're going to be able to figure things out. It's going to come to you, believe me. Okay? The next thing is we're going to break them down into quarter checkpoints, monthly checkpoints, weekly plan, and then a daily action item. Okay? And one of your daily action items should also be your mindset, working on that, and installing new belief systems. Okay? We want to push through the fear. We want to get to the end of 2021 and be like, I got this, I did this, yeah. Okay? That's where you want to be, right? So that is by installing your belief system. What do you have to believe about yourself to be able to achieve those goals? Okay? What is the worst thing that could happen if you put yourself out there? Okay? Let's get those out of you onto a piece of paper and in front of you. Okay? And then you want to repeat your new beliefs to yourself, right? You want to create the new beliefs that you're going to repeat to yourself, and you want to then repeat them. So repetition, feeling, and a visualization. Okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions, if all of this makes sense to you. And if you would like my help, just reach out and I would love to help you guys write up your 2021 business plan. Okay? And it could be anything. Anything. Maybe you want to start another side hustle beside your coaching, and everything is possible, right? Funny thing is, when we're young, when we're young, our parents tell us you can do and be anything you want, right? And then you get to school, they're like, get in line, right? Don't be different. And then you get older and you're like, oh, you gotta be different, just be yourself. See, like the different things that we're being told all over. It's kind of all over the place, right? So just be yourself, put yourself out there, make a plan. Everything is possible if you believe it is. That's why we need to install new beliefs, right? Because as we're also growing up, we're the first 5 years of our lives, right? We're a sponge, we're absorbing everything around us. So if there's belief systems in your beliefs in your life that are showing up that are not serving you, there could be someone else's. Maybe someone else's thought about how money is, right? Maybe you have a bad, negative thought about money. It's dirty, right? Wealth is not good. Wealthy people, I don't know, they suck. So those are the different things that you would need to also look at, right? How do you view it? Do you view it as energy? It's the tool that can get you from a tool to really, for you to live the life of your dreams. Right? So those are the things you really need to look at as well, right? That's why we want to install the new beliefs and do them every single day. Every single day. All right? With your other action items for your goals for the rest of the year. Okay, so I'm going to jump off, you guys. As I said before, I don't like to do very long videos unless you guys have any questions. I will jump off and wish you all a happy New Year's Eve day, and I will see you back here tomorrow when it's 2021. So, sending you lots of love and all the power to you. Make sure you create a plan so you don't fail. Ciao.